this meeting to order. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There is just one addition to the agenda, and that would be 7A under old business Verizon contract. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion is carried. We are on open forum. If anybody would like to come up and speak. Okay. Approval of the minutes, approval of the bills purchase order, approval of the investments. There's a couple donation resolutions. Resolution number 2025-51, a donation in the amount of $1,000 from Sharon Finken to the Melrose Fire Department for new or updated equipment. Another one, resolution number 2025-53, donation in the amount of $1,500 from the Melrose Lions to the Melrose Chamber of Commerce for the commence holiday kickoff. And then there's a resolution for designating polling place, community development director step increase, Bower land lease, I-94 Park, Industrial Park. And there's a pay app number 1 for the 2025 street improvement. If there's any questions, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Reports, Chief Mouse?
Good evening. October 2025, in our traffic area, we had 41 citations, 125 verbal warnings, and 2 written warnings. In 2025, we had 361 calls or requests for service. Last year was 280. We ended on ICR 2988, and last year was 2827, so about 161 calls or requests over last year. And we're still in the double digits, but 10 agency assist calls for the month of October. Nothing major happening within the department, but want to make the public aware the holiday kickoff is coming for the day after Thanksgiving. Plenty of things going on downtown and around the city. Parade will be its normal time, 7:30. We're just asking that people, especially from the 4-way towards the east, not be parking in that area for the parade for safety of everybody. And we'll have it marked as well. But weather's looking favorable, so hopefully we have good numbers or even increases like we've been seeing over the years. And nobody lose any fingers and toes the way it's looking at this point. So, any questions?
30 degrees.
Do you think you could just touch on like the snow, you know, we've been talking about?
Yeah, so
with
there's
the
been
snow
some discussion
parking.
about the odd even parking, the snow and whatever else. We are doing a big focus on 24-hour parking. Anybody that's on the street for longer than 24 hours needs to be moved, those sorts of things. And with the snow coming at some point, it's definitely something we want the residents to be very cognizant of. It is difficult to find places to park, but even if it's just moving it from one side of the street to the other every 24 hours or sooner, it's a massive relief to our street department when they do have to come out and plow. And it's maybe just a habit people start to get into. Granted, if we're not getting snow every day, people kind of get lackluster on it. But we want to make sure that that's happening as best we can. And then we don't have to be as concerned about when the snow flies. It's not as big of a concern or habit that people are into. We'll keep an eye on it, see how it goes, and we don't have to maybe put in more restrictions, but the goal is to have the streets cleared and safe driving lanes.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Community Development Director, Sheila?
So I have several action items tonight. The contamination investigation grant with deed was submitted last week, and we're working on small cities and local road improvement. Small cities goes in next week, and local road improvement is due by December 1st. So I want to thank everyone who's been writing letters of support for these applications. We also continue to work on ideas for the daycare challenges, and it's been really nice. There's individuals in town really passionate about this project, and so those discussions are continuing about possible sites, possible nonprofits, and how this could work. And MATA has been spending time talking about properties that are for sale, for lease, and encouraging projects and good fits. They also launched a Facebook page, which has been really successful in terms of highlighting the work that MATA does, housing, the rehab loan program. And so that's been going really well. Been getting messages through the Facebook page saying, hey, can you tell me more about your programs? And that was really our goal. And so we're happy about that. And otherwise, you'll see me back for other agenda items.
Thank you.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Colleen, you're gonna do the city engineer report?
I am. So SCH worked with staff to put together the budget for the 26 through 30 capital improvement plan. The biggest change was a reduction in cost for County Road 13 cost share that was originally in the budget. After consulting with Stearns County, the city's cost will be limited only to concrete curb and gutter repair and pedestrian ramp improvements. So we went from a pretty significant cost, and the conservative estimate now is right around $100,000. So that's a very big savings for us, and that's a project that will take place in 28 or 29, I believe. The other thing that we have been discussing is sort of between Main Street and I-94 on the west side of town. We have several streets over there that will be part of a multi-year effort to improve those neighborhoods. So there's utility needs and other types of things, so we're starting to plan for that. And I have one other item from an engineer standpoint later in the agenda.
All right, sounds good. Finance Director Jackie.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Council. I'll be providing an overview of the city's financial results for the third quarter of 2025, including how our revenues and expenditures are tracking, where our net position stands, and a few important highlights from our other funds. Maybe. Revenues are coming in as expected, and investment income continues to outperform our budget, which is strengthening our year-to-date position. Expenses fluctuate across categories, but overall spending is still below budget, which reflects solid cost control across departments. Our net position is slightly lower than last year, mainly due to lower building permit activity and one-time grants we received last year. We expect this to improve in the fourth quarter once the second half property taxes and the final LGA payment come in. This chart gives an overview of the year-to-date general fund revenues and illustrates how each category is performing relative to the budget and prior year collections. Now that we've looked at revenues, let's move to the expenditure side of the general fund. Admin and finance is at about 68% of its annual budget, which is right where we expect by the third quarter. Public safety is at 58%, which is slightly under budget for this point in the year. Public works is tracking right on target at about 68% spent. Parks and Rec is higher at about 84%. This is expected because of many of their seasonal costs occur earlier in the year. Planning and development is at about 65%, also in line with third quarter expectations. Next, I want to highlight where we stand in terms of net position heading into the final quarter. Despite timing differences, our overall financial position remains solid heading into year end. Before wrapping up, I want to touch on a few notable highlights from our other funds outside the general fund. The MATA fund continues to be supported by the annual transfer from the general fund and is benefiting from strong investment income this year. Capital projects show a higher net income year to date due to the county reimbursement we received for the street project. Fire charges are performing very well. Revenues have already reached 112% of the annual budget by the end of quarter 3. And ambulance operations are running higher than budgeted on the expense side, but net income remains above prior year levels due to strong revenues. Looking ahead, there are several priorities we'll continue monitoring to ensure we end the year in a strong financial position. We'll continue to closely monitor expenditures across all departments to ensure spending stays aligned with budgeted expectations. We'll review the investment portfolio to balance both yield and liquidity, especially with interest rate changes and upcoming cash flow needs. We'll be watching ambulance run volumes and evaluating capital needs for fire and police to ensure equipment and staffing remain properly supported. And finally, the significant year-end inflows, property taxes, LGA, and other revenues will strengthen fund balance as those are recognized in quarter 4. Any questions?
No, thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Colleen, City Administrator Report.
So the following departments have had new hires. Water, wastewater, Spencer Notch has been hired as the wastewater maintenance worker and will begin his employment on December 1st. In the electric department, Jake Molnar has been hired as an apprentice line worker, and Jake started this week. Justin Lundblad, through an MOU, will be assuming some of the supervisor duties that are being put in a lead line role position. We advertised and did not end up hiring an electric supervisor, so that continues to be an issue that we are trying to resolve long-term. But we hope to hire actually, we have hired another apprentice line worker. His name is Cole, and he will be starting mid-December. And then we will continue our supplemental services agreement with MRES for 1 day a month. Patty has retired as our city clerk. She was our longtime city clerk. She was with us for 20 years. She certainly is somebody that we are greatly going to miss. And now that we have actually advertised and have received those, the deadline closed for getting those applications, and to date we have 20 people applied for that position. So we're starting to go through the T&Es, and our hope is that we can do complete interviews next week. We have met with AFSCME, which is the Street and Admin Union. It's a newly formed union, and we've met with them a couple times. The biggest thing when you have a new contract with a new union is you really want to get that language right the first time out of the gate, so you don't have issues later. So Tony and Eric serve on the ad hoc committee, and they've put in time, a lot of time, dealing with these negotiations. So we will just continue to work on them. And then I have a couple other things, Mr. Mayor, on the council later on.
All right.
Are they close to being journeymen, or are they right out of school?
No, they are not right out of school. So both of them one has
Experience.
over 4,000 hours and one has over 3.
It takes 6,
It takes 8.
8,000?
Yep. So, and one of them is through like 4 of his books, so. But they have, we typically can't just hire a journeyman. It's really hard. It's very difficult just to
Just
get
asking
one,
experience.
yeah. So, getting an apprentice is not necessarily a bad thing, because then we can teach them what we need to and that type of thing. And then we have a partnership with MMUA to do the additional training, so.
Thank you.
We are on the action items. I am actually really excited about this proclamation we're doing for Mr. Blake Elliott. The child I watched grow up breaking windows, having his parents scream and yell at him all the time, is making it into the College Hall of Fame. So we are doing a proclamation which Sheila has head this up, and I would like her to read the first part.
So, whereas on December 9th, 2025, Blake Elliott will be inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame at an awards ceremony in Las Vegas, Nevada. Whereas Elliott graduated from Melrose High School in 1999. Whereas Elliott began his football career playing backyard games at Stevie Field on Riverside Avenue and on the field at Melrose High School. Whereas Elliott is a 3-time first-team All-MIAC selection who led St. John's University to 3 MIAC titles. He holds the NCAA record for all divisions of college football with a record of 47 games with a reception. He ended his career ranked second in D3 history for both receptions and touchdown receptions, with marks respectively ranking second and third across all divisions of college football. His career receiving yards and all-purpose yards rank 4th and 5th respectively in D3 history. He also holds the NCAA playoff record for receptions in a tournament with 41 and the longest punt return at 89 yards. He holds 26 school records at St. John's University, including career yards, touchdown receptions, 100-yard receiving games, career punt return yards, punt touchdown returns, and all-purpose yards. Elliott now becomes the first St. John's University player to ever enter the College Football Hall of Fame. And whereas as a two-time first-team All-American, he claimed the 2003 Ghilardi Trophy as the best player in Division III, while leading St. John's to a national title and claiming MVP honors at the Stag Bowl. He was a finalist in 2002 for the Ghilardi Trophy and a two-time MIAC Player of the Year. Elliott helped St. John's University earn playoff berths all 4 years of his college career, including the national title in 2003, back-to-back semifinal appearances in 2001 and 2002, and national runner-up in 2000. Whereas Elliott will forever be immortalized at the College Football Hall of Fame in Atlanta, Georgia.
Now, therefore, I, Joe Finken, Mayor of the City of Melrose, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim December 9th, 2025 as Blake Elliott Day. In witness whereof, I have hereunder set my hand and caused to affix the official seal of the City of Melrose this day, 20th of November, 2025. I am really excited to give this to you, Merritt, the mother of Blake. It's a well-deserved, long time coming for him. So on behalf of us, please congratulate Blake. I will give him a call here soon. I was just wondering if we could take a picture with you with this. There, okay, well, here. We can come out over here, whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we could use that too here. We could. Yeah. Why don't you come up here, Merritt?
All right.
Hopefully he likes this a little.
Sure. She's very proud to be from Melrose.
Yeah.
My brother always said horsemanner, and everyone smiled. We should have done that.
This is for you. Congratulations. Yeah. And we won't make you stay for the
Wait, you
rest.
got one more,
One more?
Travis.
Musical chairs.
I was like,
Merritt, we won't make you stay for the whole meeting if you don't want. So, there you go.
yeah, right.
All right. So we are on action item B. The CUP 10-25-403, CUP requesting for solar roofing materials.
Much less exciting stuff. The Melrose Planning and Zoning Commission, acting as the Board of Adjustment and Appeals, held a public hearing on Monday, October 27th, for the purpose of giving consideration to a solar shingle system on parcel number 66.37141.0010. My staff memo was attached in your packet, and the affidavit of publication was included. There were conditions placed on the permit by Planning and Zoning, including an approved building permit and interconnect agreement. Both of those things have been received from the company who is doing the work. This property is near Colburn's. What makes it somewhat unique from other solar properties is the solar system is only going to be on one side, and it's going to be regular shingles on the other, so it's going to look slightly different. Solar shingles are a fairly new product. So the action item we are asking for tonight is the council to consider the recommendation of Planning and Zoning to determine whether to grant the conditional use permit on the parcel for a solar roofing system.
All right, is there any questions?
Fire Chief Buddy. Fire Chief Buddy, do you have any concerns with safety with electrified?
Not to be put on the spot, I don't, this is the first time I've heard about this, so I'm gonna have to do a little research on this. I know solar panels are a concern that we have that we'd like to discuss, but, I guess I'd like to maybe do a little research and see what kind of concerns right now I don't, but.
Okay.
So can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Resolution number 2025-54, supporting the Small Cities Development Program application.
As mentioned last month and a little earlier in my report, we have been working on a small cities development program preliminary proposal. 250 surveys were distributed to homes. In order to be more effective than just dropping them in the utility bills, they were hand-delivered to 210 houses on a Saturday morning. That was fun. As well as social media marketing. The results of the survey have been reviewed, and there is strong interest in the program. Stearns County HRA has agreed to administer the program and support the full application if we are chosen to submit a full app. Right now, we are looking to submit the preliminary proposal showing a need and proving viability as a city that we could do the program. So tonight, I'm asking the council to consider Resolution 2025-54, supporting the Small Cities Development Program application.
Can I get a motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Snow blower purchase. Mr. Andrew.
Good evening. So I'm here tonight to ask that we move forward with the replacement of the 2007 snow blower. It's scheduled for 2026. We went through the state contract quoting. We received one quote from McQueen for a new Peru D40 snow blower. I'm requesting that we go ahead and purchase before the contract expires because we're anticipating an 18% increase after the contract expires. Little insight, 2020, the quoted price for a new snow blower was $155,500. Last year it was $218,000. And you see in front of you that it's now to $240,000. So we've been kicking it down the road. I think it's time to move forward and just take the bullet at this point, and we have to make a choice to do it.
It's gonna be as expensive as a ladder truck pretty soon.
Kind of a thing we need, but
Budget, right?
Yeah, it's budgeted for. That's actually, we
It
budgeted
is
for it,
budgeted,
it was
yeah.
$258,000 in the
we just
budget.
want to,
Right.
So,
we just want to give it on reserve so we can get it before the contract
Right.
runs out, so.
All right.
I'll make a motion.
We got a motion and a second.
second.
All right. First and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion is carried.
Thank you.
Thanks. 6E, according to the fire department policies, officers' terms expire every 2 years. The term will expire January 1st, 2026. Therefore, applications for chief, first assistant chief, second assistant chief, training officers were accepted from October 1st to the 15th. Chief Tom Buddy was the only one applicant for the chief position. Therefore, interviews were not conducted by Administrator Winter, is recommending that Chief Buddy be reappointed as fire chief for the appointments of the years 26 and 27. Can I get a motion to approve?
So move.
Go ahead.
Second, we should allow him time at the podium if he wants to say anything. He is, just have to be present. No? All right.
Okay, there's a first and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. But thank you, Chief, for reapplying. You've really done a lot of great things for our fire department, and glad you're there at the helm.
Thank you. Good group of guys.
Yep. All right, then lighting equipment for squad car.
Yes, in front of you, there should have been at least 2 quotes presented to you. DTM Fleet Services is who we have been using for several years now. We're comfortable with them. They are the lower quoted price. The other company that we did go with has been trying to earn the business, almost to the point of trying to negotiate a contract or negotiate prices. I didn't think that was fair based on quoting practices and processes. But they're eager to earn our business, so maybe in the future that happens. But labor cost is part of the difference in the pricing as well as equipment. Pretty apples to apples, but some things cost more on one side than the other. And in the end, DTM has a more favorable price for the equipment to go into the next car. So recommended to go.
All right, can I get a motion to approve the DTM Fleet Services in an amount of $15,371.62?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion is carried. Tri-County Humane Society contract.
Over the past several years, animal shelters have not been able to accommodate the housing of stray or impounded animals. The Tri-County Humane Society offers these services. We're fortunate they do because a few years ago when we had COVID, we did not have a choice. So this would be the second year that we would be signing a contract with them. We have not taken advantage of them yet. We haven't had to use them. We've had pretty good success in the strays getting taken care of just by people picking them up or whatever. So, but it's there if we need to, right? So I would recommend that the council give consideration approving the Tri-County Humane Society contract.
All right, can I get a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
In favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Resolution number 2025-55, resolution approving the final acceptance of the sidewalk. Sir?
Yep. MinDOT has requested a formal resolution. It was the sidewalk that was actually done a couple years ago in front of the school. They just need us to do a final resolution.
All right, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. And then we are on to 7A, which would be the Verizon contract.
So at the last regular city council meeting on October 3rd, the council directed myself and city attorney Kruger to draft a counter offer to Verizon. If you'll recall, they submitted what was called a cell tower lease optimization letter to us, basically stating that they wanted our rent to go from what it is now down to $30,000. And we said, that's not something we're necessarily interested in looking at. We want to stay with the 5-year lease that we have and then see what we can negotiate beyond that. So that was the direction we were given. So the counter that we provided to Verizon was $41,250 per year, and that would not commence until 1/1/2030. And then the new rent escalator would be 3% every year after that. Additional renewal terms would be 6 additional 5-year renewal terms. Well, we received the counter from Verizon, and they are saying this is their best and final offer on the rent reduction. So they would do $35,000 annually starting in January 2030. They are willing to keep the annual escalator at 3%. They would like one initial 5-year term with 6 5-year renewal terms. In talking with Councilmember Niehoff, we talked about this, and obviously being in the industry and everything, Verizon is doing this everywhere, and just based on, and they're pretty serious about it. So I don't know if other communities just haven't asked or how they've negotiated it, but we feel that this probably is the best we're going to get from them, and we're able to keep the existing lease that we have for 5 years, which is $75,000 incoming money that, had we gone with just $30,000 a year, wouldn't have it. So I would say my recommendation would be we probably take their counter. You guys want to open it up for discussion? We certainly can. I was going to find, let me see, Mark. I know you sent this to me, so I got to find it. I was going to find the information from, here we go. So in visiting with the senior sales manager and at Arbig, he thought Verizon was serious about vacating the tower if we don't reduce our lease rate. Verizon is going through a huge cost-cutting initiative right now and is laying off some 15,000 employees. So based on the conversation Mark had with their senior salespeople, they're trying to cut costs wherever they can. Knowing kind of what they're doing, he believes that they're not bluffing. This is what they're trying to do. So I believe that this is probably the best deal we're going to get.
Mike doesn't have a crystal ball, but he does have a pretty good pulse on the industry.
Yeah.
I tend to believe him on that, so that'd be my thought too. We take it, but
Kind of, yeah. It might be, on the flip side, to play devil's advocate, you go, where would they go?
They would go
Because-
to the small towers, is what they're saying.
Oh, that's what they're saying?
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
5G is like
the
the
neighborhood
wideband
towers?
system.
Yeah, the little neighborhood, yeah.
Still gotta buy land or whatever for them too, and probably need a lot more of them, but probably get more capacity also. And that's not a cheap solution for them either. But on the flip side, if you look at cell service, it's actually gotten cheaper. So I don't know what the profit margins are, I haven't looked at Verizon, but I know their stock has been down in the last 5 years, so. I get it, I'd rather secure a deal that we're gonna be sure to have somebody up there making the $35,000 a year. Because I don't know who else we could rent it to, the space up there. Not a whole lot of, T-Mobile's, I don't know if they're big in this area or not, but When
We
do
already
have to
have
even ask?
T-Mobile
Do we have a
on the
deadline
other
on,
towers,
do we have a
so.
deadline on this, January 1st, or?
Mhm. Yep.
So we could research till next meeting, if we wanted to.
I don't know how
Who
much.
wants to call T-Mobile?
What?
Who wants to call T-Mobile?
We already, they're on the other tower.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
AT&T?
They're in here too. Yeah. So, and their lease is much less than Verizon's. so.
Okay, sounds good.
So I think we should move, personally, I think we should just move forward.
Yeah, we could do that.
You good with that? Do we need a motion for this, or do we have to put
Yes,
it on?
we do.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
To approve the terms as presented by
Okay, the first
Verizon.
and the second, all in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. That was that.
Something like that.
Okay. We're on to new business, council to review and discuss the 2026 meeting schedule for any possible changes. Any?
I don't think we have any. Just keep in mind that in January, we will have 2 meetings instead of the usual 1, because we'll have our organizational meeting as well as, the regular meeting. So, yeah, I think we're fine.
Then informational item, utility commission meeting minutes, unless there's anything else.
I have one more item, just as a reminder, and I sent this to you earlier today. Originally, we were going to have a joint meeting with the council and the PUC on December 8th at 5:15. That meeting has been changed to 5:45. Fingers crossed, we can get it started at 5:45. And the reason we did that is because we have engineers presenting at the PUC meeting, and we're looking at our budget then. So a half-hour meeting simply wasn't enough. I don't know if an hour is going to be enough, but anyway, so we're having the joint meeting at 5:45. You certainly can come anytime, listen to the PUC and what's going on. We're looking at engineering for wastewater, so that's where we're at. I have nothing else, sir.
All right. Nothing else, can I get a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried, meeting adjourned.